First of all, I want to apologize. I rolled out the new season, but right after the first video, the next day, and for several days after that, lost my voice, got a sore throat. But I'm back, no longer sounding like Barry White, and I'm ready to keep this thing moving, ready to keep it going. And we're going to go ahead and get into the next video right now. Let's get it. Hey everybody, how y'all doing, man? I just want to remind you to head over to Amazon.com and pick up a book that I authored, Brave and Ready, Your Guide to Staying Safe. Brave and Ready, Your Guide to Staying Safe. This is a kid's book teaching them how to stay safe during an active shooter event. Brave and Ready, Your Guide to Staying Safe. I appreciate you. Peace.
I had no idea how vulnerable each and every one of these police officers are. I mean, it almost has to happen to you first before you can respond. And you don't know if that's going to be a smack, somebody chewing you out, or somebody shooting you. This is, let me tell you, man, I was confused, I was anxious, I was, a million things going through my mind at the same time, but I always had to keep in my head that I am representing something bigger than myself. Listen, me being a celebrity is why I always view myself as an ambassador, because I represent something much bigger than who I am. And I think that when you look at police officers, they're the same way. It's to protect and serve, and we need to see them in that light and understand that they represent something bigger than just one man standing there.
Correct.
And when you see it, it's like, whoa. And the vulnerability that they have to display every day. Much respect, man.
Yo, so what we basically saw was a video of Terry Crews explaining how he was getting an adrenaline dump, how he was getting like kind of like sensory overload in just a simulator, just a regular simulator, being a police officer, and how he has now a whole new level of perspective and a whole new level of respect for what law enforcement go through on a day-to-day basis. Now, the simulator is probably the closest thing that I can think of that a civilian can get in terms of trying to understand what law enforcement go through on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment part of the job. One of these simulators I actually just went through some training I did like about 2 weeks ago was a simulator called Milo Training. I'm not sure if your locality, wherever you live, if their agencies out there have that Milo simulator, if it's even available for civilians, but I highly suggest it's something that we look into for civilians to experience, because it does kind of simulate a little bit of the chaos that happens in high stress environments or high stress situations. Now, what the simulator doesn't really get to, what the simulator doesn't really get to display or get to show is how you move from certain situations, how you move from high stress situations to a nothing situation, to another nothing situation, to a maybe you got to pay a little bit more situation, to a high stress situation, and basically it's really it really doesn't show. It shows the type of situations that we get involved in, right? But what it doesn't show is how you have to change gears from one thing to another. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be dealing with a motor vehicle crash, and there could be body parts all over the road. And by the end of the night, you're helping old ladies across the street. You know what I'm saying? And the next day you are you're stopping a bank robbery, maybe in the middle of your lunch break. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? It's just, and I'm not trying to use those extremes, but it can be that extreme depending on where you are and the type of things that go on in your area. So yeah, like I am a total fan of the simulator, and I wholeheartedly agree with people. They should experience that, like especially those that believe that this job is not as difficult or stressful as it can be, in that you do have some negative situations that happen, but of the millions of interactions that police officers have with the community every day, um, it kind of shows that the majority of us are professionals, and that we um, are very good at being able to compartmentalize and transition from stressful situations to not so stressful situations and back again. So kudos to Terry Crews for going through the simulator, and kudos for Terry Crews for being honest about what he felt and what he experienced going through the simulator, and then being able to try to capture everything that goes into dealing with the situation. What is my use of force options? What kind of legal parameters am I allowed to operate in? If I do draw a weapon, what is my target in the backstop and beyond? You know what I'm saying? Like, um, what kind of collateral damage could I possibly create in whatever use of force I have to do? Whether the use of force be as simple as show of presence, or all the way out to deadly force. So the unfortunate use of deadly force. So, in conclusion, I think that everyone should go to their local sheriff or police departments and see if they have this type of exposure to civilians. I know that there are a lot of agencies that offer what's called citizens academies. As a matter of fact, I actually went to a citizens academy um, before I became a deputy, and before I became in law enforcement, like as an officer too. So that's actually this right here is actually my Citizens Academy Award, and I was the president of that class long time ago. But it gave me an exposure to the realm of law enforcement that I hadn't been able to achieve yet at that time. So I suggest everyone look up your agency's Citizens Academy, participate in it. That's the best way that we can get an understanding and bridge the gap between civilians and law enforcement and in the community. All right. The rest of you guys, take it easy, man. And remember, here at the Gray Man Podcast, we train hard, train often, train properly, and train safely. All right. I'll holla at y'all soon, man. Take it easy. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I know I said that backwards. But I'll see y'all soon, all right? Peace.